Hello and welcome to episode 30 of the Jurassic World podcast. My name's Jack and I'm joined with Chris and Asees. Hey guys.
How's it going again?
Yeah, we did just catch up, but how are you?
Man, it's so hot outside, I'm sweating buckets.
Yeah, what is the temperature where you are? Because it is, it's 75 Fahrenheit here, which I think is like, fuck.
Whoa.
Yeah,
It's a sweet 10 degrees now.
It's a storm
nice.
here.
50 degrees, 50 Fahrenheit for you guys.
It's so warm today. I don't understand what's going on.
I love it.
Well, fair enough. I mean, I was going to say, I just came back from Vegas and it was like in Celsius, about 30 degrees there. That was pretty damn nice.
Yeah.
That's the best temperature, I think. Like
Yeah.
a nice 30, 35. It's not too hot. Well, that's a lie. It's fucking hot.
Yeah.
But it's not too cold, you know? Like that breeze doesn't cool you down too much. I
Yeah,
love it.
exactly. I mean, it got a little cold in the evenings. Like we drove out to the Grand Canyon, so through Arizona. But once the sun had set, it did chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was nice, man. Just sun with no wind.
Was it
nice.
humid there? Because I mean, I've only been...
No.
Okay, see, that's
that's
all
what
right.
was made it pleasurable. Is you were warm, but you weren't
Like, gross
wet.
feeling. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's
No,
what I
it
hate
was
about the
super
summers
nice.
here is we actually get fairly humid in Pittsburgh of all places. It's like
Really?
you get some extreme weather patterns, not as extreme as other places, but you don't have like the fun location to go along with the extremities. So
I always figured Pittsburgh was kind of like Seattle, and that it's always raining.
it is kind of raining a lot. Also, it's just we hit high like weirder weather patterns.
And what about you, Asees? What kind of weather?
I'm about the
on
same
the
as
weather
Pittsburgh.
podcast.
Yeah. Okay, since I'm an ignorant Canadian person, do you guys get, like, super hot temperatures in the UK?
No, I wouldn't say super hot. Sometimes we'll have a hot day.
What's a hot day for you guys? Like 20 degrees?
Like 25 degrees, 28 degrees.
Yeah, I'm
Sounds
at
not
23
bad.
Celsius right now. So to put that into perspective,
Okay, nice.
sounds
Yeah.
lovely.
and I just had
I mean,
I had snow on the
thing-
ground a few days ago.
Yeah, like yesterday, it's all melting now, so everything's wet and gross. It's nice.
Guernsey temperature right now, 44 Fahrenheit. So what's that in Celsius? 7 degrees.
That's okay. That's not bad.
That's cold, man. It's cold. But was also in Chicago, and it was snowing there. It was about -2.
Yeah.
But it stopped snowing the day we got there, and it was nice because you have that sun, but it's still freezing. But
Yeah.
because of the sun and no wind, it's just kind of nice.
If you
Pleasurable.
dress right, it's not too bad. It actually
Yeah,
it
we
feels
had
kind of
thermals and
fresh.
stuff. So yeah, it does. It feels nice, and it's completely not humid. So it's real nice.
If it's
And
going to be
obviously
cold,
snow.
I like snow. If it's going to be cold, I especially would rather have snow rather than it just be like kind of brown and muddy everywhere.
Yeah, and that's more what it's like in the UK. You don't have extreme temperatures or weather here. We kind of just have grey, or grey with a bit of sun coming through.
That sounds
nice.
so sad.
It's so boring, man. I swear
That's
it's
okay.
why London's such a miserable place.
Oh, I'm going to London soon. I hope to see you clowns
Yeah,
there.
what is this soon? You've been saying
Yeah,
that for a
I
year
yeah,
now.
I think it's
I'm
been
almost
like
got my
2
degree,
years.
right? So I gotta wait till I'm like free
You were
enough
meant to
to
come
go.
last
and shit.
summer.
He's just got to
I
wait
know,
until
but I
his
was too busy
midterms
with
done.
summer class. You know.
He's just got to wait till his next midterm's finished, and then the midterm after that, and then the midterm after that.
2 midterms next
So
week.
what? You'll be here by
I hate
like
this.
Jurassic World 5.
If we're lucky, yeah.
Well, when you're here, give me a shout.
Yeah, for sure.
So what the hell are we talking about here today?
Dinosaurs.
What are they? That is the real question.
Yeah, I know, right?
So Jurassic World. I was really hoping while I was away
That news
that
would
we would
break.
have some news.
Something big, right? Yeah.
And what did we get? Nothing.
No, did we?
Not even literally anything.
Wait, did Toy Fair
was
happen?
way before I went away?
Okay, but did Toy Fair happen before or after our last podcast? I don't even remember.
Actually, I think it happened after.
After, right? Yeah.
Oh no, wait.
No,
Yeah,
it was before.
no,
we
it
definitely
did.
mentioned it. We definitely
Did we
talked about
talk
it.
Did we?
No, but
I said
I
I
don't
like
remember.
some of the
I
toys.
don't think we talked about Owen,
didn't?
and that would have been
Yeah.
a huge talking point. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, Owen.
So Owen looks like shit.
No, I mean, out of all honesty, he just looks like an action figure.
I don't know. I it's not. The more I look at it, and the more I look at original Kenners and stuff, and
I
they don't look like they're people. It's okay.
They look fine, guys.
It's
I
okay.
think original Kenners are sometimes not as good looking as people think they are.
Yeah, I think
Nostalgia
we just
glasses
remember
play
how
a
good
part.
the line was.
But they look. The thing is they might not look exactly accurate, but they do look good quality. So like
Yeah,
that's what
but
they
that's
had
the
going
thing.
for them. They had detail, even if it wasn't exactly accuracy. They still look like a nice action figure.
Yes,
They're
but,
products of
like,
their time.
That's not the thing with the Owen figure. It looks like low quality. It does look like something you'd pick up, like, in a what would you call them in America? Oh, like a gas station.
No,
like
no,
a gas
It
station.
really
It
doesn't.
does. It looks cheap.
No, it looks good. Come on.
Look at none of the details are like sharp or
But that's just. I mean, I hate to say
like
it.
clay. It looks
that's
like clay.
modern. That's modern.
It's a kid's
Hasbro.
toy.
And yeah, it's a kid's toy. But
All
that's modern.
All toys are kids' toys, but they look better than this.
but
Man.
that's-
You can't just it's for kids, man. It's for kids. It'll look.
But I
fine.
mean, no, you got to look at the price point. It's coming with a motorcycle, a Velociraptor, and Owen, all for $20.
Yeah,
That's
no,
fantastic.
I get that, and it comes with the glow in the dark thing, right?
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
Fine. No, it's a fine toy. I'm just saying it's not perfect, and the wheels on the bike, they're not even. It's like one solid piece, but you can't see through the spikes. It just looks cheap.
Yeah, and again, I mean, if they were planning this about 2 years ago to plan to release with the movie, it would have probably been $5 more expensive, but you would have probably had about $10 worth of extra quality added into it.
Yeah.
Because it would have been like their signature toy. So it would have had a little extra bonus in terms of its quality. But out of all honesty, it looks better than anything that was released for the Jurassic World line. And I think that could be said about all the hybrid toys. They're all a step above.
That Indominus looks fantastic.
It looks like see, I don't like the big Indominus from Jurassic World, but I do like the new hybrid
one's
Indominus.
great.
It looks
I
like a
even might buy
Jurassic.
it.
It looks like a
Yeah.
Jurassic Park toy.
I'm getting
Yeah.
excited looking at it.
It does look good. I
Fantastic.
think that was one of the first pictures from this line that was released, right?
Yeah.
Or the only official
Yeah,
photo
it's
that wasn't
really
a toy
weird.
fair.
You can tell that they're rushing in. I spoke to Hasbro on the phone, and I was talking to them a little bit about like the release dates and everything like that. And they're usually pretty tight-lipped, but they opened up a little bit and they said, honestly, we're targeting spring, but for the rest of the line. But they said, don't be surprised if they don't hit shelves until summer, because this is like a really like in development, pushing out type of line. So I imagine some of them are going to start to hit next month, but the majority will probably won't hit until June.
And some of them look good. I mean, the Indominus looks good, but I watched, I think Matthew Brando,
Probably.
Maybe,
the
yeah.
YouTube guy.
Yeah.
I watched one of his videos. He made a really good. I didn't even notice this. The big Indominus Rex, the bad boy from the original Jurassic World line. It had nice rubbery head and neck, and like it was the only thing which really completed the toy.
I hate it.
But-
I hate the rubbery head and neck on that, and I know I'm in a minority because it doesn't feel like it works with the toy, and this makes it look goofy.
Okay, but it's better than what they've done on the hybrid one. Did you see the video?
Yeah,
Where it
no,
rotates and
I
then
prefer
it
what they
cuts
did.
off the neck.
I prefer what they did with the hybrid one, to be honest with you. It's a better toy. It just looks better. It doesn't.
I think
have
it
the
looks
goofy-
better, and I think the extra spikes and teeth and whatever, I think it's really cool additions. Like, it's the better looking hybrid one.
Yeah, and I mean the paint
I just
application
think
is really
the neck
good.
is a bit like, I don't know. I just preferred the other one, but again, you don't. So then it's subjective,
Yeah, I think there's definitely an objective leap in quality. Whether or not you like the way they did it or not is definitely subjective, but I think it is objective. Like it's a way higher quality item in terms of paint job. If you look at the sculpt detail, it's everything's sharper, more detailed. There's more going on with it, and I love the paints that they're using.
for sure. It does look better, and I think all the little ones as well. Like, you got that. I'm going through the ones that we posted on our.
Yeah,
site,
I'm
little
looking at that right
Indominus.
now.
The paint work is fantastic.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
It does look like original, JP stuff you'd see around JP3 Camo Extreme type.
Yeah,
it looks good.
Even
They've
if you
done well with it.
Yeah, if you rewound even a little further past that, like, I mean, some of these would probably work well with not the art style, but the paint job for Camo Extreme. No, Chaos Effect.
Yeah, I think so. I think they look good, but there are some bad ones. So
Yeah,
I'm all up in
the
a
hybrid
tab.
armor, Indominus and Ankylosaurus. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, that doesn't look great.
The hybrid armor. I mean, Matthew posted it in his video as well. I apologize if I've got his name wrong, but he posted it. He made a good point in this video. It just looks bolted on like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles kind of crap.
I imagine it does come on and off at this point, and it kind of looks like it's something out of He-Man to me. I don't know,
Yeah.
like that Indominus looks like something like Skeletor would like ride into battle.
It's just bad.
It
That's all it is.
looks
It's
like
just
his
bad.
back went Super Saiyan.
I mean, this is probably not because they're ready to kind of get this line out. At least they're getting there. This is probably not what would happen. But like, what if they're super early and they're gonna make these additions to the molds, but they obviously didn't have time for Toy Fair, so they just threw.
No, that's not happening because I've seen the listing numbers, the listing names for these, and there is something called Hybrid Armor Indominus and Hybrid Armor Ankylosaurus, and the rest of them just have regular names.
So they are like bolt-on.
Yeah,
because it looks awful.
I feel like they had an idea, like in concept. They're like, oh, we can have bolt-on armor, and maybe like in their mind, they're like, and we'll have like humans with bolt-on armor, and then like everything got scrapped. So then you just get something that looks horrible, but also makes no sense. Like, because it doesn't make sense. It looks bad, and it doesn't make sense. But those are 2 out of a line of, like, 16. Everything else looks good.
Like I said, yeah, the Indominus paint jobs especially are great, because the mold's okay.
Yeah.
It's just got a bit of an underbite, but they may have fixed that. But the Dilophosaurus Rex looks bad.
Yeah, that one
That's
doesn't
the
look
worst
good.
one, man.
But you know what's really funny?
It's just bad.
I didn't notice this at the time, because it's straight up the T-Rex's head from, like, a little Bash and Bite T-Rex. But they changed something, and I didn't even realize. They changed the teeth, so they're no longer like these weird tusks, and they fixed the jaw. Remember how the jaw had that weird attachment point where it didn't look like a jaw? If you look at the new one, it actually curves up over the piece of articulation, hiding the weird attachment point.
I see, yeah.
So they did listen to some of the things, but unfortunately with their budget, they were just forced to kind of base it on the ugliest mold of a Jurassic Park toy that's ever existed.
Agreed, yeah.
Oh, no, wait,
no.
no.
The Spino's okay.
The
head of
Pteranodon's
the
the
Spino
worst.
is always weird. Yeah.
But that's not coming back.
The Spino paint job as well is okay. It's just a bit...
Yeah, it's based off the game. I mean, almost all of these are straight based off of the Ludia game, which is interesting. Like, I mean, the Carnoraptor's straight out of the game. It's got the paint job out.
Carnoraptor looks good.
Yeah, I really like the Growler. The Hybrid Raptor Growler is the paint job from the game, which again looks good.
You find that weird though, because they're not. It's not like Universal or Hasbro or anyone are pushing the game.
Yes.
It's kind of like they expect you to know.
I don't think they really expect you to know. I would have thought when this line was coming out that they would have like had art on the boxes. It's like, and buy the game, like play the game with this dinosaur in it or something like that to help push it.
There's no like advert for the game.
Yeah, there is no advert, and that's a little strange. I guess.
Yeah, if they're basing these off, they kind of expect you to then play the game, I guess.
So I think really what it comes down to is they just didn't know what to make new toys of, so they just decided to borrow from the game. So because like basically because this came from Universal, we know, because the trademark for Dino Hybrid exists to Universal. I mean, it's existed since July of last year when we found it.
Yeah,
and
to be fair,
we called it then. We said, well, Dino Hybrid, that'll be the toy range and everything for next year, and it'll be more than just toys. And again, there's also like kids books and wall clings, like not just Hasbro. A lot of other companies are doing it.
You've also, one of the nicer ones is the Velociraptor, the Growler.
Yeah, I
100%.
really like that actually.
I mean, it doesn't have dino damage, even though some of the new ones have. But it's still the best paint job. Nice green raptor, you know, it looks good. And it's a good mold as well.
And the Dilophosaurus also looks pretty good, although we don't really have a good picture of it.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
actually gives me a bunch of hope, man.
To be fair.
It looks like the game.
Yeah.
Which I sent you a picture of the Dilophosaurus from the book or whatever.
You could just Google him as well, like level this, level that.
I think that's like a level
Do you
30.
guys play the game still?
No, my phone.
I never did.
Don't play the game if you're listening to this. Don't give him money. It's not worth it.
You don't understand. When I played this game, though, even with the Jurassic Park one, I got far enough in it. I never spent a penny on it. So, I mean, you can play these games without spending money. I would just usually...
But people spend like crazy. It was like in the top 10
slow,
for so long.
Chris. You do so little if you're not spending.
I know. I mean, I wouldn't sit there and play it. What would happen is I would just collect my money and then start building something and then go, like, work. And then, like, when I get back...
takes time.
I would just kind of, like, space it out throughout the day, which is kind of bullshit, but... I mean...
But hey, so the Owen figure is... just looking at him again, but just looking like, you know, it's a sign of good things to come.
You know what's interesting about that Owen figure? I think it's like the first Jurassic Park figure with a real looking gun.
You said that.
And it's definitely the first one with a film accurate gun.
Which is it's good on Hasbro's behalf.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they did that.
That is a good looking gun, like, for a toy.
Yeah, I'm really surprised they went that route. I'm happy.
I wonder how this will be packaged in the box, because I'm hoping it'll be like the JP3.
Yeah, I mean that's the perfect
like
packaging style. It's really weird they didn't have blue there at Toy Fair.
Yeah. Yeah,
I wonder if they're going to repack
unless
like the,
it's not going to be a
old
different
one.
sculpt, is it? It's going to be the blue.
I think it's going to be the Bash and Bite, but they might give it a new head
With
sculpt.
the net launcher?
Well, they might. Is it an electric one? Do we know?
No, I don't think it's electric. So it
So
should.
it could be like in a running pose. So it could be like the one that's sort of is it Charlie that's like low down, the figure.
No, because those ones are electronic.
No,
are you
they've
talking
got
about the Titan taking the Titan Raptor and downsizing
the
it?
Titan Raptors. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was thinking maybe like
Shrink it down
because they're already in the pose. All they'd have to do is make it small.
Yeah,
Charlie, the yellow one, is it Charlie?
Yeah, I think so.
He's in like a low down.
Yeah, like a
growling
crouching
pose.
kind of aggressive pose. Yeah, if you took that and you shrunk it to be like in scale with Owen, because that thing would be towering over him at that scale. But if you shrunk it and then painted it like blue, it would be pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be. Will it have to be shrunken down? I don't like.
Oh yeah,
any of these toys.
The Titan Raptor,
out of scale,
the
right?
Titan Raptor would tower over him. The Titan Raptor is 12 inches long.
Okay, so that wow. So how big is Owen?
Owen's 4 inches tall.
Oh, okay. So is that compare that to for the listeners out there? Compare that to like a JP3 or Kenner.
The Titan Raptor's. Owen's the size of a JP3 human.
He's that size.
Owen's the size of a modern Hasbro toy.
That's not bad.
And that's JP3.
So, I mean,
yeah.
he would be in scale with Jurassic Park 3, the 2013 Dino Showdown humans. He'd be in scale with the new Star Wars toys, any of that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's an alright size, but would that mean that none of the dinosaurs from the current line?
I would say that he's in scale with the majority of the dinosaurs, actually.
Okay, alright. Because I'm just thinking of like the bashers and biters.
If you take out the outliers like the Spinosaurus, the Indominus, and the T-Rex, then he's basically in scale with everything else except for the miniature giant dinosaurs.
Okay, alright.
So
It just seems weird. It just seems like it wouldn't fit. But maybe that means... So, do you think any raptor they put with him is going to have to be shrunk down anyway?
they could put a growler size, but I think that'd be too big for the set because I think that it's gonna be more of a Bash and Bite size, which is the non-electronic size. So I'm thinking that it'll be closer to. They did do a figure for Blue in Bash and Bite, except for it just doesn't look great.
Is it the one with the gear?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Yeah, that would be the right size. Thinking about it. Oh, maybe it's probably just going to be that then.
Maybe now that I'm
Seeing that figure because it is in that pouncing pose.
I'm just hoping that they maybe take and resculpt the head because it's got that weird
overbite.
Yeah, and on top of that, the gear it's kind of like I'd rather just not have the gear. So I could see them taking it because you can just take the gear on its head is sculpted on, but the gear on its body isn't. So I could see it having the same body, but then resculpting the head to look a little.
They had a version which didn't have the gear.
Not for Bash and Bite though. That was the Growler.
Oh, I swear they did. I swear I've got it.
No, it's the Growler. It just looks very similar.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys know too much about toys. I am jealous.
No, I don't. I really don't, man. I'm using the wonderful internet that's in front of me.
Yeah, I'm looking up all these pictures as I talk about them.
Oh,
make sure I
shit.
don't
You guys
No,
talking off
Chris
top of your
knows.
heads, but how do you guys know all this stuff?
Chris knows.
Well, I can probably
Chris is
talk.
an expert.
I can talk about it to a degree, but I'm looking up all the pictures to make sure I don't screw it up.
That's fair.
Oh,
That's
and
fair.
Echo does have that pose. Now that I'm looking, also.
Okay, all right.
Anyways, long story short, these toys are, they're objectively way better, higher quality paints and better paint applications, it's easy to see from a mile away. It doesn't look like a toddler painted it on with a magic marker.
I like that. That sounds like
So-
I would buy that.
So, I'm definitely happy about the hybrids in that regard. And the new sculpts look nice. And they managed to make some bad sculpts look half decent with just a good paint job.
And
that's
like
not-
little
that's not
minor
wrong.
modifications too. Like that
And
T-Rex I
pretty-
just saw was nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said that from the start, Chris. You said the molds aren't bad, but it's the paint jobs
Yeah.
that really let them down.
And
On a lot
also
of
the
Bashers and
screw
Biters,
holes.
the originals.
The screw holes really screw them up. But
Yeah.
if you don't open
that's
them,
just cheap,
if you
man.
don't open them, it doesn't bother that. But that's still
Yeah.
that's a lame defense.
But then the packaging isn't like I've never been a fan of the package art.
The packaging is just like it's passable.
bad.
It's not. I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's great
It's
either.
bad.
It's just
It's too bright, and I know it has to track the eye, but my god, it's just this horrible blue-red thing. The Dino Hybrid editions are nice.
Yeah.
As in, like, the Dino Hybrid, like, logo. That looks good.
I just wish it was more creative, but...
It's not creative at all. It'd be nice if they had art or something.
You know, now I know why it's not as creative. It's because it's shipping alongside the old toys. Like, the Wave that's going to have the hybrid Raptor Growler, it's just called Jurassic World Wave 4, and it's going to be shipping alongside a regular Ceratosaurus and Dimorphodon.
Oh, so they don't want to...
It's not its own line. It's like just a continuation of...
That's a shame.
The old line, basically, which is interesting.
Well, we can only hope for better packaging for
2017.
Jurassic World 2, then.
Well, I'm hoping 2017.
They got to get away from this skin.
I think...
Mosasaur skin, which wasn't... You know, we saw the Mosasaur once.
It's sort of the
movie.
Mosasaur and sort of the Indominus. It's a weird hybridization of both of those.
Ooh, hybrid.
Oh, it's a dino hybrid.
But yeah, no, it's okay, and I'm hoping the packaging for Owen looks really cool. And it's a shame we won't get a standard human action figure packaging, like, because everyone wants that. Did you see the ones? Was it Justin made?
Yeah, Jurassic Raptor.
Those were insane. I gotta try and find them.
Where are you guys seeing all this stuff? I've never seen these things.
No, you have. It's been a long time.
How old are they?
We've talked about it. He did them like over the summer.
Jurassic Raptor.
Oh, then I've probably seen it. Like recently, I don't remember.
No, they're really good, man.
Yeah, they are.
How do you search on action figure on Tumblr? I don't get Tumblr, man. Okay.
I don't.
Tumblr's a place you don't want to go.
Claire. Oh, I did one for Sarah. Oh, he's done a few.
Yeah.
Where's the other ones? Oh, they're good, man. He just basically did, action figure packaging with a movie card.
Yeah,
based on
using
the
movie
Jurassic Park.
using the movie key art. So it would be like the black and white, like kind of Rocky logo and Rocky kind of texture and everything along those lines, and it just looks like it's a better packaging style.
Yeah, it really is.
And he would did a human with a little hatchling type deal.
So he did. So he did those two. He did Claire and Sarah, but he didn't do. There's two others, Chris Pratt and Vic Hoskins.
Yeah, and he also did Jimmy Buffett.
Yes. Oh, okay. So they're not all on his blog.
I think.
So I just searched.
I think it was him that did Jimmy Buffett.
He did some of them, but he didn't do. Oh, there it is. Owen Grady, the Apatosaur, and Vic Hoskins.
Yeah.
In like Lost World type, and they were cool. They were really good. They were like Justin's.
I think he did Jimmy. Well, somebody did Jimmy. I don't know. Anyways,
I think he did, but it's only on his Twitter.
Needless to say, he did a good job with those.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at them now. They're damn good.
I'm trying to find them. I don't see them. I can't.
We posted them on our Facebook, man.
We have a Facebook account? Oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Asees.
Yeah, the Owen Grady one is like Lost World. It has he's Raptor Alpha, and it's got the little Jurassic World icon, but it uses the dark Jurassic World logo, and it's got the Indominus in the background. It's really nice, actually. Asees, I will send this to you.
I have a question for you guys. If they made the toys with a similar packaging to something we've already seen, wouldn't people complain that they're like lazy and didn't like try to do something different?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to be controversial. Is what I'm trying to say.
I don't understand what you mean.
I don't know. It's people like new packaging, right? Is that
you mean like the way the box is laid out?
No, like you know how? Okay, picture it this way. Let's say they did another round of JP toys, but they did the exact same packaging art as like the Lost World or something. You know?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Why would?
Yeah, of course.
Would
you guys complain or like that? You would
no,
like
I
that?
hate it. That'd be weird.
No, but we're not saying that. I think we're just saying that the Jurassic World box art is just not creative. It's just kind of boring. In fact, we have the box art. It's just red with the blue skin. We have
like the
key
thing
art
you
for
just
it.
sent me, like the Vic Hoskins. It's like a that's Jurassic Park 1 kind of thing, right?
Oh, I think I see what you mean. So all the text and stuff that's on it,
Like
as
just
well.
like the layout. It's like we've seen this already.
No,
you know?
yeah, it's the same.
Well,
but I think
there's
it's not
only
because the
so
whole
many
background and colors are different.
There's only so many options you can do for layout. To be honest with you,
You can hide the you can hide
But the
toy.
one I sent you of Vic Hoskins
I don't know.
uses the Lost World like thing at the top and the Jurassic
Jack,
Park
can you
new
send
Series
can you
2.
send that one to me just so I can figure it out?
I sent it in the chat.
Okay.
It does look good though. Yeah, it's fair.
No, it looks great. I think because the whole thing is different, other than it's copying the text thing. Which, if Hasbro were to do it, they would do it differently anyway. This is just something someone threw
Yeah, it's just a
together.
mock-up. You got to yeah.
Okay, that Apatosaur looks nice. That's a nice package.
Yeah, the Apatosaur
That's
looks
a good
great. Imagine if we did get that. That's a good
we
sculpt.
would
I like that.
never get an Apatosaurus, to be entirely honest.
And look
with
at the dino damage. Like, look how cool that looks. The flesh. That looks really cool.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But I like what
I
this
love
guy's
that.
done is whoever made this, he's kept the hexagonal things.
Yeah, exactly.
Which makes it Jurassic World. It fits.
Yeah, no, that Apatosaurus one looks perfectly Jurassic World, and that's exactly what I wanted the toy packaging to look like, more or less.
And look at the box art behind it, the mountains
Yeah.
and shit.
I've-
That's what it
It
should
looks
be.
expensive though, you know.
And under the logo, you've got the gate.
Wait, you mean the packaging, Asees?
Yeah, like that looks expensive. Like they're not
Else-
going to put time and effort into that.
No.
Like all the color and shit.
Yeah, they will. It's Universal.
No,
I
they
mean,
won't.
you blame Hasbro, but it's Universal that did all the box art. They hired a company to do it. I forget the name of the
And
company.
even in that case, we're not going to get anything good if Universal keeps at it.
Well, I mean,
But it just looks so good. I
They've
love
got-
all the red.
at least Universal's got new boots on the ground, so whatever the
This
new
is
team
true.
does.
I am cautiously optimistic.
I
I
am
won't
as
get my
well.
hopes
I
up
think
too high again, you know?
The hybrid line hasn't impressed me. It's just a sign of
It's a
good
step in
things
the
to
right
come.
direction, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's a quality jump for Hasbro. It's a
I don't actually
significant
think-
quality jump. I don't
Yeah,
think it's
I just
necessarily
don't
a quality
actually think
jump
I'm
for
gonna buy
Universal.
anything.
I think like overall, Universal's still doing the same old shit right now, but Hasbro looks like they stepped up their game.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be buying the hybrids. Probably just the...
Yeah, that's what you said about the Jurassic World toys, and now you've slowly been
don't you have all of them?
accumulating them.
No, I slowly... Yeah, but I honestly think now I'm just going to...
You're probably going to want to pick up the hybrids. I think they're going to be rare.
Shut up. Don't
No,
tell me
I'm
they're
being
rare.
honest.
I thought the last ones were rare, man.
I think that these ones are going to be. I think they're going to have a limited distribution run. So they might end up being.
But they're not good, man. They don't impress me, and I don't see the point.
I think you're in the
will get-
minority.
I
I
will
think
get
if you
Owen.
saw them in the packaging though, with these paint jobs, I think that you go, "Damn, that looks slick."
We've had this conversation, I swear, and then I ended up buying them all.
No,
No, trust me, man. They're going to be rare. How many have you got
of the hybrids.
of the new ones? No, of the originals. Sorry,
Oh, I just have like one of each.
but you
Oh
have
my
them
God.
all.
Wow.
Yeah, I have most of them. I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's impressive.
I don't think I'm going to buy the hybrids though. Asees, you don't have any Jurassic, do you? Jurassic World.
He never could
Oh,
find
I'm
them
cutting out
though.
again.
Wait, what? Do you have any?
I think he's cutting out.
Okay.
Or he's avoiding answering because he has every single one of them and he just doesn't want to answer.
He's hiding them. He's throwing them under his bed. They can't see.
Did you see the thing that's going online about a extended or uncut version of Jurassic Park that's supposedly 20 minutes longer?
No.
Okay.
No, I saw a petition to release
Man,
deleted
petitions
scenes.
don't work.
Yeah,
Those
petitions-
No,
upset me.
exactly.
Those
that.
upset me a little.
Okay, well, here's the deal. Somebody started talking about they remembered seeing a cut of Jurassic World that was 20 minutes longer.
Oh, Jurassic World.
Oh, and the Jurassic Park.
Sorry,
No,
I
no,
thought-
no,
Park,
I meant
Jurassic
to say
Park.
Park. I meant to say Park. I'm just losing
Oh,
my mind.
cool. Oh, okay. Keep going.
So they remember seeing a cut of Jurassic Park when they were younger that was 20 minutes longer. And they're talking about it, and then they're like, yeah, so somebody decided to email a theater chain, which confirmed that they ran a copy of Jurassic Park that was 20 minutes longer back in 1993.
Where are you seeing?
This is all on Twitter with, I don't know, just the usual
Like
crew.
one person posted it. It's like it's nothing. It's
Okay,
it's
so
not
here's the deal. I'm going to come out and say it right now. People are going to hate me. It's bullshit. It doesn't exist, guys. I'm sorry to break
bullshit,
your
bro.
heart. I'm sorry to break your heart. It doesn't exist. It's not some.
You've just broken mine. I never saw this.
Yeah, it's not real. No. What happened if they did have a runtime of Jurassic Park that was 20 minutes longer? What they showed was either something before or after the movie, like an introduction from Spielberg, something. It was something, an advertisement. Maybe the trailers were attached to that copy of the film reels.
But how do you know
directly.
that's true?
Because we know for a fact that there wasn't enough footage filmed for Jurassic Park to make a 20-minute longer cut. There's no way in hell they released a 20-minute longer cut without anybody ever knowing, including the production crew. We've talked to enough people involved with these movies.
Yeah, but no one's ever answered that question.
Oh, I'm sure there's additional footage that exists, but there's no way that Universal released a cut of Jurassic Park that was 20 minutes longer into a theater chain.
When was this?
In 1993.
No. I mean, when was the tweet?
I don't know.
I'm trying to find.
I don't know. I was tagged in it a few days ago.
Man, these haters.
It doesn't exist. It just there's.
So why did they come up with it?
Because it's how there's always been people had memories of thinking they saw the T-Rex bust through the wall in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, which
never happened.
Exactly, it didn't happen. And it's just your childhood memory filling in the blanks. It's your imagination.
That's psychology, kids.
These people aren't lying when they say they think they remember these scenes. It's just your childhood memory it's been over 20 years since this movie came out. Your imagination mixed with things you've read
adds
online.
To your memories.
But none of us have asked anyone like Spielberg or anyone that could to confirm if a T-Rex came through.
Oh yeah, somebody did.
Somebody
did. I don't remember who it was. Or
somebody asked Spielberg.
Yeah, and they did not film
it was probably Julian. Remember, he met Spielberg once.
They did not film that scene either way. They didn't film that. But yeah, no, it's also... The thing is, the other part of the rumor that makes no sense is they said they saw the T-Rex bust down a wall. Which, no, the T-Rex comes through a tarp.
Tarps are cooler than walls anyways.
Yeah, because the visitor center is open on that side.
It's not complete.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen this tweet. That's a shame. I mean, that's a shame it's not true, though, right? Imagine if something like that 20 years on was discovered. Or not discovered, but like, oh, we saved this for 20 years' time, guys.
Yeah, again, that's the thing, though. It would have been on the Blu-ray, the original Blu-ray. It would have been on all these other releases. Whether or not they released it as a actual cut. Now, if people said there was a cut of Jurassic Park and they're like, it was 3 minutes longer, 5 minutes longer, I'd say... Probably not true, but I'd buy it. 20 minutes long, that movie doesn't exist.
That movie becomes vastly different with 20 minutes.
We've got to be entirely logical here. That movie doesn't exist. A 20-minute longer cut, that does not exist. Why would that be released in theaters? Why would nobody, including film critics, why would nobody ever talk about this? It's something that does not exist. I know you want to be hopeful because there's scenes of Ellie picking the leaf that was in the trailer.
There is. I mean, there's more
like
than that, though.
I
mean, there are deleted scenes, and I think people were. It's a shame that they've never released the deleted scenes.
Yeah, it's weird. It is weird that they never released them. It's probably because they don't have cuts of them anymore, to be honest with you.
They probably have something, though. It's Spielberg. I assume he'd at least keep something,
I mean,
catalog his own films.
I doubt it, to be honest with you. I mean, that's probably on Universal and Amblin, and I don't think they kept that stuff. I mean, I know firsthand that they didn't keep half the stuff you'd think they would keep.
So weird. They must have cuts of this, though.
I don't know.
It's one of their biggest properties. They would have kept stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they probably have the final cut of it, like on film.
You can see it. I'm on JP Legacy, and they've got some screenshots of like deleted scenes. I don't know how they got these deleted scene screenshots.
Yeah, I think.
In fact, how would they have got these deleted scene screenshots?
So some of them, I think, are like from featurettes. Like back in the day, like when the news was given like a B-roll.
This makes sense.
Some were like on trailers, things like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are deleted scenes. There are deleted scenes for Jurassic Park, and maybe eventually they can be discovered. What I'm saying is there is not a extended cut that's 20 minutes longer, and it's there's not a finished extended cut of Jurassic Park that exists. Nor was there ever.
That's cool, man. No, I get it. That's disappointing, but when you put it that way, it does make sense. The more you think about it, the more 20 minutes is a long
20
time.
minutes is a fuck ton of time. No,
for no one to have said anything about anything.
People,
deleted,
you can't just film, like, you can be like, oh, well, there wasn't CG in those scenes, so it wasn't, it didn't take anything. No, it takes a lot of editing to clean up a film for a theatrical release. There's no way 20 minutes of additional film, were mastered for that film. And for whatever reason, that film, which is really great the way it is, had a 20-minute extended cut, only exclusive to one theater chain, never to be talked about again.
Yeah.
It
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
The Lost World had... But this is weird, like, if you see The Lost World on TV, they don't do it in the UK, they do it in America, but they show the deleted scenes.
That is so strange.
Well, two of the ones that ever got released, which I assume they were cut, means they were scenes cut right at the last
they were.
minute. Like,
they had to been, because they were fully mastered. And also,
everything was done with them. I mean, but that's it because they haven't been shown since. I think someone said on Twitter, they watched Lost World recently on TV, and it was the HD one, but those deleted scenes were still like bad quality.
Exactly, they weren't.
Which is so weird that they kept it in. How could they?
Well, I remember back in the day when with the Lost World, when there was like, the Lost World will finally debut on TV, including new exclusive scenes. Like they would advertise it that way, like when it was coming
cool
up.
too.
Yeah.
I didn't know
that's
that.
the way they advertised it, like when it was debuting.
Right.
I remember that way back when. I think it was AMC, but I don't even know if it was really AMC because it might have been a different channel back then. I don't know.
That makes more sense as to why they.
And then for whatever reason,
they still are.
And then or maybe it was ABC, or NBC. I don't know. It might have just been like regular TV network, but nonetheless, they advertised it that way. So they prepped it for like a TV premiere like that. But it must have been something that Spielberg never signed off on. Spielberg probably didn't like the idea, but marketing did. So that's why it was never released on like a Blu-ray or DVD that way. I'm thinking Spielberg...
It was on DVD.
No, but you can't buy it with the scenes trimmed. You can buy it with them on the side, but there's no extended cut of the movie. So my idea is Spielberg probably said, sure, put it on TV like that, but I don't want to sell the movie like that.
That's understandable.
Because
but they're good scenes, right?
They are.
I like the boardroom scenes.
I think
put together nicely.
I honestly, I guarantee you the reason why he cut that scene is because it implies Nublar was firebombed.
Yeah, exactly.
And I guarantee you he probably cut that realizing, for two reasons. The idea of an island full of dinosaurs being firebombed is pretty depressing, especially with Jurassic Park mainly being like this beautiful location. I think like he probably cut it in terms of like, well, that's kind of like a depressing development that like I don't want in this movie. But on top of that, it also cuts out the options for sequels. So that's probably why that scene was cut.
And he did talk about in the one of the behind the scenes, he did talk about how he wanted Nublar to return.
Yeah, he talked about wanting to go back to the Barbasol can actually.
Yeah,
which they did kind of in the John Sayles scrap.
Yeah, that still does not make sense to me.
Best movie ever material. I'm just kidding, it's not.
But I bet you there's extended. You know that it says on the JP Legacy as well, extended Hammond and Malcolm scene, and I bet you that
would be a cool scene.
They've got that,
yeah,
and because there's screenshots of it here, I think, unless they're just using screenshots from another part. You've also got the Roland and RJ scene.
Which is a great scene. I really wish that was left.
Fantastic scene.
Because it actually gives a little...
character development.
Up well. Yeah, character development for both of those characters. It sets them up. Roland was definitely one of the best characters, if not the best character in the Lost World.
Hands down, easily the best.
But it also sets up the relationship, so you can see why it matters. That he does know his death actually does... Sad. Yeah.
Yeah,
and I just love the setting of that fight scene. Also, it's just a really cool location. Like just the look and feel of it is very different. Yeah.
And when he has his hand behind his back, and he's like, "No, I meant my hand." Just smacks him down. No, it's great.
No, that's a good scene. I guarantee you the reason why those are never put in the Blu-ray or whatever is probably because Spielberg never signed off on them.
And I bet as well, there's apparently a deleted scene where Ludlow injures the baby.
Yes.
He has a broken leg.
I want to see that so badly.
They kept that out because that's pretty gross.
Yeah, that was probably cut because it was probably too dark, and actually the ratings board might have made them cut that. But I do know that there are screen captures of that. I think it was in some of the production, like some of the Lost World books, like the picture books. There was like a screen capture or two or something along those lines. So like there are pictures that looked fairly mastered of these scenes.
Yeah, apparently he injured it with a broken bottle.
Yeah, or no?
Did he fall on it?
He was drinking and then he was drunk and he tripped and fell on it.
Oh, is that it?
He stepped on the leg and broke it or something like that.
Because there's a liquor bottle next to it, next to the. But anyway, I'm just trying to think of others. There's extended breaking into the camp, probably just.
You know what's too bad? The way that it is now, it looks like Roland broke the thing's leg.
Yeah, it kind of does.
It kind of feels like he just like ruthlessly broke the thing's leg to make it call out. Or like he did it while tying it up, but meanwhile, in the movie, it was what's his name who ended up doing it because he was drunk.
Yeah, no, RJ. Yeah, no. Okay, that's interesting. I'm in JP3 now. Deleted scenes.
Man, JP3 has the best deleted scene, I think.
Udesky with the stick?
Yeah, that's sick. I want to see that.
Yeah,
I feel like it just would have. I feel like it just would have been like a second long. Like he just would have swung a stick at the raptor. It would have broken. He just would have been like
second best. Second best deleted scene is the extended embryonics. Who doesn't want to see that?
Yeah.
But we never got. That's it. We never got it. But it's strange because with JP3, you thought they did film a lot.
JP3 is a film. It just probably didn't work with the pacing. This probably wasn't. The thing is,
yeah, but they didn't even release them as deleted scenes, and that would have been really cool. I bet you they made it quite far into the production. You know?
Yeah.
God, I love JP3 so much
because they were editing that movie. I mean, we don't know too much about it, but I bet you they were editing that movie right until the bitter end.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that movie.
We gotta get Joe Johnston on this podcast. I really want to talk to him.
Yeah. No, that would be really cool.
I have so many questions.
So you had Ellie and Grant extended.
I feel like he wouldn't join because he seems to have just soured on film lately.
No, he's working on film. He's working on...
No, I just mean in terms of, like, he seems kind of grumpy right now.
Give him the Boba Fett movie and he'll be, like, the happiest person in the world.
Yeah. There's an extended fight with the Spino and T-Rex.
Yeah, because there was that slap
that's a good
that was in the trailers.
Oh, yeah, the slap. Yeah, probably just a bit of a build-up. I'm trying to go
They
down.
just probably
the
filmed a few
extended
different
embryonics.
styles of them to go at each other, and it was probably just finding a way to edit together to look cohesive. And that's just probably why the slap was cut, because it probably didn't make sense with the rest of the fight sequence.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just trimming after all. I like a
lot of these things were probably alternate takes.
Yeah. But stuff like that, where they're looking around the embryonics lab, I would like to see that.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That's the best set in any Jurassic Park.
Done right, it would have been cool, at least. I mean,
that's a great set. I think it was. I loved that scene in JP.
No, I just mean, like, if the scenes they filmed were actually done right. Like, the pacing might have been horrible. The dialogue might have been, like, it might have been cut for a reason. Like, on paper, it might have sounded great, but the execution might have been, like in an alternate reality, if those scenes were left in, we'd probably be like, God, it drags so much there, despite it being awesome. Because it's a cool set. It's just... They didn't use it.
As well as apparently another deleted one was an effect shot, according to this, the Spinosaurus like emerging from the water.
Yeah.
Because we kind of saw it a little bit with the animatronics and it looked great. Like that whole water scene with the Spino is pretty cool.
Yeah, that sequence is pretty awesome. Really neat idea there.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I wonder if they've updated the Jurassic World cutscenes.
What did they cut in Jurassic World? I don't remember.
Plenty.
We don't really... Yeah, there was the ones they put up, but there's more as well.
Yeah.
Than what they...
I mean, there were... Yeah, a lot more than what was on the Blu-ray. Because even if you watch the special features, like the making of, you see them filming scenes that aren't in the movie and that aren't in the cut scenes. Like, it was... And remember the cut scene and the deleted scene for Jurassic World that was on the Blu-ray where they're hiding behind the log?
The log was like chasing them.
Yeah, well then... Well, no, it's not in the deleted scene. The log's not chasing them. It's just them hiding behind the log, and then like the Indominus walks away and they like look relieved. But then in the filming, when you're watching the behind-the-scenes making of, you see them behind the log, and then you see them like both look behind them and then jump over the log, and then the log starts rolling down behind them. So obviously that sequence turned into an action sequence, and for whatever reason they didn't include that on the Blu-ray. Like, in the actual deleted scenes. And there are a few other things.
But, I mean, we know that it's happened for all 4 movies now.
Yeah.
In the franchise, it seems like they don't want to release deleted scenes.
It's weird that they didn't do it now, because now the idea of special features and Blu-rays, you're not limited on disc space like you were on DVDs. Back then, you can only put so much on. But, like, with Blu-rays, you have so much opportunity to put so much material on there or put in a separate disc.
Yeah, and the bonus features really kind of...
They're awful. I mean, out of all honesty, they feel like extended web featurettes. All the bonus features feel like web features. They don't feel like bonus features from a Blu-ray or DVD to me. They feel like feel like web featurettes with spoilers in them now. Nothing was deep. They breezed over everything. Everything was very shallow in terms of detail.
But they did give a bit of an
JP feel, man.
More expanded look. Yeah, exactly.
They felt so JP.
Oh, wait, what?
What?
The bonus features felt JP.
Yeah, man. I'm watching a JP movie special features section. I felt that so much.
I'm not there with you. It just felt like a generic...
What?
It didn't feel like Jurassic Park bonus features have always been great.
Yeah, and this had nothing. Did not go into detail about anything. It's really disappointing. I don't know how there wasn't a special feature about it. They didn't even talk about how they designed the Indominus Rex. They didn't talk about like what went into designing it or anything.
There's no concept art. There's nothing.
Yeah, it's honestly that was so disappointed. And plus, believe it or not, the pacing on the special features I don't even care for.
Pacing?
I got bored while watching some of the special features.
What?
Yeah.
I've never had that
agree,
happen to me before. I mean, I own like the King Kong Extended Edition and Production Diaries, which is
the production diaries are
like
great.
40 hours of just behind the scenes footage, and
Day by day.
I eat it up. I love it. I've got Lord of the Rings extended editions, and the amount of detail they go into those movies, that never gets boring. It was so well produced. This was not well produced. Did you see that Star Wars is going to have a documentary included?
That's cool, though.
About to make.
Do you think we'll get better treatment on a future Blu-ray, or do you think?
See, my worry.
The next movie.
My worry is that they can't give us a better treatment on the next Blu-ray because they might have never captured the footage to actually turn into something. But if the footage exists, just give me a new featurette where you talk to IOM and Legacy and Colin about designing the Indominus, talk about designing some of the other dinosaurs specifically, and I don't know, give us a commentary, and I'll be satisfied. It's not everything it could be, but I'll be satisfied. Yeah. I would double dip for a Blu-ray with features that were better.
Yeah. Well, when I was in Chicago, I picked up the Target Blu-ray because that had those exclusive special features,
which would have helped the package feel a little more complete, at least.
Yeah, I don't understand why they were Target exclusives.
Neither do
guess
I.
Money, but God, it just sucks for like everyone else.
I don't even have those.
We don't have Target in the UK, and I'm pretty sure Asees doesn't have it in Canada, right? So, picking up a Target exclusive is pretty difficult.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh well.
And it's on a DVD, not a Blu-ray, so it's it's in standard definition. So you can't
I
even.
bought the whole goddamn tin, and then I was like, the special disc is a DVD.
Yeah, it's not like you can you can download it in HD or something. No, it's in standard definition. At least Star Wars The Force Awakens, the Target Blu-ray does have additional features, but they're a digital HD download. So you don't have it on a standard definition disc. So I think that they at least bypassed that issue.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, I mean, the special features on that, they were okay. They were a little bit better. They felt a bit more... probably because more thought had gone into
Probably because they were less trimmed down and less processed. I feel like all
there
this...
was one about the prop. It was a whole 20 minutes on props, and that was good.
Yeah.
It got to show how they designed Owen's gun and why they designed the Tranks the way they did. It was good.
Where's this?
Yeah, it's on. I was saying, man, it's on the Target exclusive.
Oh, we don't have Target in Canada anymore. That's dumb.
See, I didn't think so. That's what I mean. It shouldn't be like that.
I hate that so much.
You shouldn't have to find a Target to be able to get the good special features.
And the problem is, okay, so extended special features, it's kind of a thing that happens with a lot of franchises, but at least the base package on all these other franchises feel really solid. And the problem with the Jurassic World Blu-ray is it felt like the type of stuff that would be on a normal Blu-ray. Like the extended features from the Target one, it felt like something that was supposed to be on the regular Blu-ray anyways, like about the music and about the props. Like it didn't feel like bonus content. It felt like standard, bare bones, basic content. I don't know. The entire package was just such a letdown. It felt so processed. It just felt like a generic movie's special features, and not even a great one.
Yeah, there was it felt like there wasn't care.
There wasn't
real care for the franchise.
And I mean, you watch the special features, and at the end of them, what happens is a logo for Trailer Park pops up. I mean, Universal. I've never really seen an outside trailer company's logo pop up for making special features on a movie. So I mean, they handed it over to Trailer Park to do the special features, and to be quite honest, they obviously weren't the right choice.
Wouldn't it have been cheaper just to go with someone?
Right? Yeah, I did. I met the web team over at Trailer Park, the guys who did the website. Really, really cool team over there.
Yeah, the website was amazing.
Now, believe it or not, the majority of those people don't work there anymore. But that's
that seems to be a classic with anyone who works in Jurassic, or anyone who does anything Jurassic World.
Oh man,
it's a shame. Okay, but yeah, I mean, I'm hoping on the next one. So, okay, I mean, we ask this every podcast, but who do you think it's going to be? Who's the director?
It's Bayona.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you really think?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that as of right now, I mean, as we know with Hollywood, things can change. But I think that as of right now, yeah, it's absolutely Bayona. And we'll see if it if he gets finalized and locked in, and if they announce it or what. But I think as of right now, this movie's being worked on at the very moment. And I think it is Bayona at this time, collaborating with Frank and Colin and everybody else.
I mean, I have nothing against that. I've said in previous podcasts, like, I'm well into that. He's a great director, and I think he would suit it perfectly. But I'm now, now that a few other names. Well, actually, no. I think people just came up with it, right? There was no names being floated around. People were just hoping.
Well, that was because he said a Spanish-speaking horror director.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously J.A., but I think we talked about David Robert Mitchell doing it.
Yeah, we talked about David, and then the guy, Michael Dowdery from Krampus.
Yeah.
Shoot.
And I would be, while I think J.A.
Alex
is a
Garland
great
from
choice,
Ex Machina.
he would be fine. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it.
He'll never do that. No
But
way.
All three of them and whoever else we talked about had less of a chance compared to J.A. just because J.A. fits the bill kind of thing. But that's why I'm kind of excited. Maybe they chose David Robert Mitchell. I would be really excited to see how it turned out.
Yeah.
Because it follows us, like we said in the previous podcast, it's so different. And even with Ex Machina and things like that, like, and the guy who did Krampus, he's only done Krampus and Trick or Treat, right? So
I still need to see Trick or Treat.
You really do.
I just can't find it anywhere.
Whereas with J.A., we almost kind of know what we were getting based on his previous
Which is a good thing, because he does
Which
good
is a
work.
good thing, yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But the excitement from, like, if one of the other directors
I
was chosen,
understand, yeah.
you see what I mean, would be like, ooh, I wonder what they could do. Whereas with J.A., we know what they're going to do.
At this point, I just want a safe director first. Just give me... I want a J.A. first, and then you can pick some wild choice for number 3.
I just want somebody that will take it seriously enough. I think
J.A.
I just want
would.
somebody that would, make a good movie out of it. And I've only seen The Orphanage so far from J.A. I need to see The Impossible.
So you did see The Orphanage in the end?
Yeah. I need to see it again. It wasn't bad. I didn't love it.
Okay.
I felt like I was missing something, because with all the praise, when I saw it, I'm like, yeah, that was good. I think he's a good director. I just didn't necessarily love the movie. So I'm going to see it again and see if it sticks with me more.
That sounds like The Witch. Have you guys seen
I liked
that?
The Orphanage.
Yeah, I really
haven't
liked The
seen
Witch.
I don't understand it. What's the hype behind it? I don't get it.
It's just a cool, creepy, well-made movie.
I thought it was boring as hell. It just dragged on. Nothing happened.
See, I like movies like that sometimes. I think they're perfect for horror.
With The Orphanage, like, I love The Orphanage, but I'm kind of the same with you on The Impossible, Chris. I didn't really enjoy the movie, but it was good.
I need to see The Impossible.
It's like, it's great. I understood it, and that's why J.A. would be a great director, but the movie itself, just not my thing. I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it.
What I will say...
He's actually listed as director, brackets rumored, on Jurassic World 2's IMDb. I didn't realise that.
Yes.
It's been updated recently.
I think it's been like that for a month now.
Okay.
And it hasn't changed. Like, it hasn't been taken
All right,
off
Chris
or
and
anything like
Jack,
that.
you guys are the professionals when it comes to this, the film game, if you will. When do you think we'll hear the announcement for the director?
I can't even answer it, man. It's just universal. Like,
I can't answer.
They did everything so randomly. It's like, whatever.
Well, I know a lot of
We'll
people
never
were talking about it, and they're like, "Oh, well, it's going to be announced soon because Colin was announced in May or whatever." But a lot of people forgot that when Colin was announced, he was supposed to start filming a few months later, and the movie was supposed to be released in 2014.
Which is nuts to
So
think about.
while Colin sounds like he was announced a little while out, he was actually announced at the last minute. He was locked in well before that, but he was announced very late.
Yeah, but we don't know who they've got locked in. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking most likely it's Bayona at this point. Deadline
it's got to be.
Deadline more or less said it without saying it. They're like, we can't say for certain it's going to be Bayona, but basically,
But it's going to be Bayona.
Yeah, that's more or less what they did. So basically, their source, whoever their source was, it was probably a studio source, said, "Look, you can mention Bayona, but don't announce it as an exclusive, like you have it confirmed type of deal." And the reason being is they probably don't want to upset the production team on World War Z 2 by announcing, like, oh, he's off the movie and he's in Jurassic World, like, right away. It doesn't sound good, like, kind of pulling out of one contract to do another like that. So it's probably just like a wait, make everybody happy, make sure everything's smoothed over, and then announce it. It would be nice if Universal would announce it. They're probably also, Universal, I feel like they're always so worried. I feel like Universal's like, I feel like they're like, oh, we should announce it. But wait, what if something changes? Oh God, what if he can't do the movie anymore? Oh God, we'd look like idiots. Let's not advertise this movie. Let's do nothing. Let's do nothing because we might mess up.
Would look like idiots. Yeah, no, I think I really hope they announce it soon.
No, I agree. I mean, you know what would be the perfect time to announce it?
June.
Jurassic June. Let's just jump into this. Let's do this the right way.
Do Universal even know what Jurassic?
Oh, they know
June
what it is. That's why
They
November.
must.
That's why November almost happened. I don't know why November fell through, but November was supposed to be Universal's.
They were worried.
They actually wanted to take over Jurassic June. They wanted to take over and get rid of Jurassic June with their own type of. They wanted to make November the Jurassic hype
But
month.
Jurassic June's already so much
Yeah,
better than
I know.
anything
So
they
Universal,
do.
if they're smart, will probably just adopt the hashtag themselves.
I doubt it, man. And if they do, I'll buy you a beer, man, because I don't think they would. I really don't think they
Even
would.
if they don't use the tagline Jurassic June, I think using June as a month in general to hype up Jurassic products in Jurassic news
that's the Jurassic
would be
month,
a
if you
smart.
will.
Yeah, it's a Jurassic month, so why not adopt it and make it your own? Why not make people make the month of June synonymous with Jurassic news, even if a movie isn't coming out? So I'd say June. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up... maybe it is too soon. But, I mean, I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a title, but that's assuming the title is locked in early enough.
That's
Because
way
with
too soon, man.
Yeah, with The Force Awakens, that title was locked in, like, basically right before that trailer, the first trailer came out. Like, they weren't 100% sure on that title until that first trailer came out.
But, with the success of Jurassic World, they know they can dominate any box office now. Unless it's released next to
Star Wars, which it's not going to be, so...
But it's going to... because people love Jurassic World,
Yeah.
so it's going to dominate whenever they release it. So, do you think they have a... Well, they have a release date.
I think they're sticking with it also.
Good, okay.
I think...
Unless,
You know what? I was looking at the release date. Isn't like Godzilla coming out 2 weeks before or after this date?
Godzilla will move.
Like it has to, right? It's gonna get destroyed by Jurassic
Yeah.
World.
Godzilla will move. Have they started filming? No, they haven't even started filming Godzilla yet. Yeah, Godzilla will move.
Okay,
Godzilla
good.
will probably move to August.
Oh, that's so far. Give it to me now. I want it now.
No, because the director, he's on Star Wars right now.
Man, Rogue One's gonna be
Well,
amazing,
he finished
right?
Rogue One, but it's, he's editing it and everything like that.
God, I can't wait
So-
for that.
And God knows even if they have a script for the new Godzilla. And plus, now they have to work in King Kong, because it's all in the same connected universe.
Yeah, I don't like that. I never liked that idea.
No, I didn't.
I don't like the idea of a modern day King Kong. Well, it's Vietnam, but Vietnam War era. But
Oh, what? Really?
yeah, it's set during the Vietnam War, the new one.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
I see. I don't
See,
like that.
up
I
until-
like
up
the
until
the 20s and 30s adventure feel.
Yeah, no, I see that side of it, and up until like Sean pointed out to me, I still thought it was a prequel to to King Kong.
Oh, really?
Wait, it's not?
Yeah.
What?
Because I just
No,
no,
because King Kong
see,
was set
there
in the
you go.
20s and 30s. It's set during the Vietnam.
Yeah,
That was a sequel, like, same universe.
No, but he just said prequel. But no, it's not the same.
yeah,
universe.
it was supposed to be a prequel, or at least that's what the rumor
No,
was for ages.
it was supposed to be a prequel to the classic idea. It was supposed to be a reboot, but a prequel. So then, like, the sequel to this movie would then be the classic King Kong movie.
Oh, kind of how like Rise of the Planet of the Apes is.
Yeah,
is
but
a
they-
prequel
but-
to what Planet of the Apes is.
Yeah, but the idea is that they would.
But they're still going to do Planet of the
Yeah,
Apes.
exactly.
Right.
So
okay, I
that
see.
was when they said prequel. It wasn't a prequel to any of the existing films. It was just a prequel to the general idea of a King Kong movie.
I see what you mean.
So I think it still might follow that format, or it probably. I hear that movie changed so much since its original announcement, because it was originally a Universal film, and it's not a Universal film anymore.
Why do I
Legendary-
let it go?
That's the question, isn't it? I honestly don't know why Universal let it go.
Scared.
No, it was because Legendary wanted to do shared universe with Godzilla, and Godzilla was WB in Legendary.
Oh.
And I guess they couldn't get it to work, and then Universal said, "Okay, we're friends. We'll give you guys King Kong." I don't.
No way.
I don't
can't-
King Kong
understand.
can make money, though. It's gonna make money.
Yeah, I just don't understand how that played out. Like,
There must be like a deal, like, here, take this, but give us this or something. And like, a
what
low-key
could they
good
get
thing.
from Legendary? What could Universal like? Oh, maybe Pacific Rim 2?
Well, who cares about that movie?
But I mean, you saw Guillermo del Toro's not directing it, right?
But do you guys really care about that movie? Like the first
No,
one was kind of...
I thought the first Pacific Rim is majorly overrated. A ton of fun, but majorly overrated. But then again, it's because I love Guillermo del Toro's work on Pan's Labyrinth. So then going to Pacific Rim, it's like, again, I'm like, I know this guy could do so much better.
It was such a nothing movie. Like, it was... I don't know. Upsetting to watch.
It wasn't upsetting to watch. It was enjoyable. It was entertaining. It was nothing. But it just...
So,
it's like Transformers.
Chris, tell us about the flying dinosaur.
Jack, it's called a flying reptile. Jeez. Pteranodons are not dinosaurs.
I apologize.
The flying dinosaur, it's a roller coaster. A new one of those kind of like flying coasters that you're like strapped in, not like sitting in seats, but you're strapped in at Universal Studios Japan. It's a new Jurassic Park ride there, and they're doing a lot of cool promotion for it. It opens soon, I think. I don't know exactly when, but they're doing it's a giant ass coaster. I saw some pictures of what the park looks like, and like that coaster now dominates the entire Jurassic Park section. I mean, like it's like going over the visitor center and everything. It's really strange. I don't know if you saw any of the pictures.
The best Jurassic Park at Universal is going to be Japan?
No, because it kind of ruins the look of it. It's like a giant metal roller coaster dominating the entire island now. It looks kind of... But it's a really cool ride, it looks like, but it's just a regular roller coaster.
The promotional art that you've been sharing is goddamn hilarious.
I'm cracking up at some of those pictures that they've done. Like, I went to their website, and like, there's so many pictures, like, I barely scratched the surface with it. But the one where the Pteranodon's sitting in the sauna? Did you see
it? What is this? This sounds fantastic.
Chris, Steve, have you not seen this?
There's a sauna with a Pteranodon in it?
Yeah, no, it's just a promotional photo. It's not like part of the ride, but yeah, I don't know, but it's cool. The
and the one of them attacking the Japanese.
Yeah, and then
very strange.
The train cars are or like not train cars, but the coaster cars have like pteranodons on them. It looks cool. It looks like a really cool ride.
I haven't seen pictures of the actual ride.
I've retweeted some from at some point. It's been a while.
Is the story on the website still badly... Since its opening in 2001, Jurassic Park has been a favourite of guests around the world. Within its grounds, there is a hidden area inhabited by what? No, this sounds better. Do you remember when we first read it? And
I think, yeah, because I think before we had to do a translation, and now like their team actually did a translation.
Yeah, I know, it reads better. Pteranodons, ruler of the skies.
I don't know. I mean, it's the idea. It is a high budget expansion to Jurassic Park, which is really cool.
Is anything happening in America?
No, there's no. I mean, we were supposed to get a giant ass ride, and it got replaced with King Kong.
Why did they do this to us?
Why? I really don't know. It's now going to be a King Kong ride, and King Kong's opening this summer, and it looks really, really cool.
Jurassic World's like the biggest
and it looks
movie
really
of
good.
Summer.
Yeah, and plus they own Jurassic. It's a strange choice all around. I think a King Kong expansion is a genius idea. I think a King Kong expansion in Jurassic Park's plot, where they're supposed to expand Jurassic Park, is
Not
a bad
cool,
idea.
bro.
I think that they should have went somewhere else with that ride. The ride looks awesome. I'm happy that it's happening. I'm just not happy that it's happening where it's happening, because...
Is it in Singapore? They've got the massive statue of the Rex and the Spino.
Yeah, that one's in Singapore, and then also has John Hammond, like a really nice statue of John Hammond,
such a good statue,
holding a baby. I forget
the Singapore one looks great.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, the Lost World Raptor on the Jurassic Park ride is sweet.
Can I ask you guys a question? Why?
No,
fun. Why do the animatronics look so bad in the Jurassic Park rides at Universal Florida?
Because they are made in the 90s, hands down.
Can't they update them though?
They don't update the animatronics. They keep going to the same company to do the skins. The skins don't even look like the movie counterparts.
Yeah, why can't they change that? That doesn't sound like a big change,
but the animatronics also just don't look good. They look so dated. They really just need to take out all of the animatronics and replace them.
Yeah,
it would look
fresh.
If they had this same ride, but just with fresh animatronics that actually looked film accurate, it would make such a difference. It would look so cool. That ride looks so dated as it stands.
Don't get me
Hey,
wrong, though. I
really-
loved it when I went on it in like 2008 and 2011. I loved it. Like just
Oh,
the
it's fun. It's
experience.
cute, but it's
Yeah.
just. I mean, if now that Harry Potter exists, especially, like you go over there and you're like, "Damn, this is."
There's no difference.
I
It's
look like
so
I'm.
much
I
care
look like
Harry
I'm in the
Potter.
film. I look like I'm in the film. Like it looks
Yeah,
real.
absolutely.
And then you go to Jurassic Park. It's like, "Duh," and you're like, it's okay.
They should have. I mean, if you have a look, I'm looking at now on themeparkinsider.com. They have a little tour of Universal Singapore, and they've got like it's called the Lost World, and they've got the Lost World logo on like the entrance, and then you've got like the Jurassic Park Rapid Adventures, and it just looks.
God, it looks so
like
nice.
A really sweet area,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, but I don't.
looks
I don't
great.
even think that their dinosaur skins and animatronics are that much better, to be honest. Though.
No. Just the park
Yeah.
itself. It just has a JP atmosphere. You can, and even believe you can be on Main Street for some of this. It very much resembles what they did in Jurassic World. Crossed with Jurassic Park. Have you seen? You see? What I'm
Yeah,
talking
I mean,
about?
I've seen
It's got,
pictures
like,
before.
the
Yeah.
skeletons, like the embossed skeletons above the doors and stuff, and like it kind of looks like Jurassic World's Main Street.
Yeah, honestly, like I don't know why they haven't just given Jurassic Park, the theme parks, like a general refresh to make it look a little slicker and a little bit more wild and Jurassic Parky.
Maybe they will, man.
I hope so. I mean, even if they throw in some like what looks like electrical fences when you're walking down the pathways, and maybe they can have some animatronics behind them, like kind of hidden by the foliage.
They should have thick foliage as well.
They do have a lot of thick foliage in the Universal.
Okay, all right. To just
the
make
Orlando
it
Park.
sound like
now
it's surrounded.
the one in Los Angeles, it's not that good. But the one in Orlando, Florida, it's great.
Okay, all right. I didn't realize it was actually the one in Singapore is actually called the Lost World.
That's strange and interesting. I wonder what made them decide to
Yeah.
do that.
Well, probably because it's like the Lost World section of the park, if that makes sense, not like the movie. But I don't know. It's cool. It looks really fun. And they've got even where you board like the rapid things. You've got like cages like you would see in the original movie with all the waterproof clothing and stuff.
Yeah.
It just looks really cool. It just looks fun. Well, hopefully we'll get.
I just hope
something
that we'll
like
get something.
Because they've been talks of extending Jurassic Park for a long time,
and
they closed off the Triceratops section.
It can't happen anymore, though. Again, because where they're going to extend to, that's where King Kong is. There's no room to expand to.
Yeah.
Other than the Triceratops section, but that's not that big. I mean, it's...
No, but they've closed the attraction now.
Yeah.
It's the Raptor Encounter, isn't it?
Well, the Raptor Encounter is like a tiny... Like, it takes up, like, 10 feet, 12... I don't know, 20 feet. I mean, it barely takes up any of the Triceratops plot. But yeah, they put it, like, the general area of where that was. It still kills me that the Triceratops thing's gone. I like that. That was a lot of fun.
The only thing holding me back from like booking my next holiday to like Orlando, because I've never been.
Oh, it's great.
Is that I'm waiting for them to do some sort of refurb on Jurassic Park, or else I'm going to something.
It's gonna
thousands of videos.
It's gonna be. I would say it's
still
gonna
cool.
be.
I'd still love to go.
I'll be honest with you. I think it'll be at least 3 or 4 years. If it happens, it's gonna be
so
that
far
long.
away.
Yep, I know.
I mean, I've never been. So, and I haven't seen, but is like the Lost World Jeep with the wreck still there?
Oh, I don't think the Lost World Jeep.
I
Is
never
there
saw the
anymore.
Jeep yet.
What?
But
the
the
Explorer.
Rex,
They got the original
Rex
Jurassic
is
Park
still
Jeep.
there. You know what's
Spino's
cool
there.
is that this is something the Los Angeles Park is doing right. They have the screen used Jurassic Park Jeep from Jurassic World, JP29. They have it in the park now that you can get your picture taken
Really?
next to it. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty
Because
cool.
they have all those vehicles. They're just sitting on the back lots, getting rained on, getting destroyed, everything like that. Like, they don't take care of their vehicles at all. So at least they took this one out of the back lot, though, and threw it up into the park so you can actually see it and get your picture taken next to it.
Yeah, I'm looking at Universal Studios Hollywood now. It does look just like there's less.
Oh, yeah. It's because they don't have nearly the room.
There's no space, yeah.
They don't have nearly... I mean, like, it was neat that I went there, but, like, to me, like, you can do that entire place in a day, and then, like, I went there 2 days in a row, and I was bored the second day.
Florida's probably the best one in the States, like, hands down. It's amazing.
Oh, Orlando?
Yeah, Orlando's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I loved Orlando.
There's only 2.
Yeah, there's now they're both connected also through the Harry Potter parks, because you can take a train from
Hang on. Just found a picture of I don't know if this is in the Hollywood one. Yeah, I think it is. The original Jurassic Park Jeep all broken up. and smashed up, like as part of an attraction.
What?
Huh?
Hang on, let me copy you the picture, because and it looks like it could be an original Jeep, unless they've just taken a Ford Explorer and painted it. But it's like got a tree trunk through it.
Oh wait, I maybe remember this picture.
What the fuck is that?
Isn't that in
the
the tour, right?
Yeah, that's part of the tour. I have no idea why it looks like that. It looks so weird. Because
I'm very much hoping that isn't an original JPG.
it probably is.
Oh, that'll piss people off, man.
That probably is.
That's bad.
Kind of like
That's
the way
bad.
they take care of the majority of their props and everything like that.
Because I remember that tour. There was a video released of it, but we still don't really know what it is. Has anyone been?
What?
Have you
Oh, the
been?
backlot tour? Yeah, I was there when I was in Los Angeles over the summer last year. I went there.
Okay.
Um,
But they don't do that in Orlando.
No, there's
I'm
because the
seeing
backlot
loads of
tour is an
pictures of it
actual
now.
backlot tour. I mean, there's a bunch of manufactured fake things, but then it is actual on some of their their backlot area.
They've got that busted front Jeep with through the skeletons, but then they've got another one that's busted as well. Have they destroyed the two, like...
I don't think they went out of their way to destroy them. It's probably just
They're in half.
it's probably like something probably happened to make them to put them in that condition. So then they just threw them out in the back lot, threw them around some stuff,
Wow.
and yeah, that's about the end of it.
I can see in the backlot though, they've got... Oh, fuck. They've got the... What's it called? The Hummer. From Lost World.
The Hammer? Oh, the Hummer. I don't, for some reason I heard Hammer. And I'm like, the Hammer from the Lost World. What the fuck is the Hammer?
No, they've got the Humvee. The Hummer. Yeah.
Do they?
that
I
looks
don't
cool.
know if that was there when I was there. I think it's gone.
No, they've got it there now. And it
Now?
looks
Or are
pretty
you
good
sure?
condition,
Are you sure
yeah.
that wasn't back
Well,
in the day?
I don't know when these pictures.
It's probably a long time ago because I don't think that's there anymore.
So where would it have gone?
They just get rid of these things. They don't care.
Where?
They just probably throw them in a junkyard or something. To be honest,
That is upsetting as hell.
That's so upsetting. And do you know what the worst thing is? Is the lab from JP3 is literally caved
Yeah,
in.
the
Yeah, it
entire
broke
thing-
down,
The entire
didn't it?
set collapsed.
That is sad.
But then again, that doesn't make sense because sets aren't built to last forever.
No, of course. But they could have used it as an
They,
attraction.
they really
done it
could
up.
have, but I guess they would have probably had to tear the whole thing down and rebuild it to actually make it up to safety codes to last longer than a season.
Maybe.
So
Do you remember how awesome that set they built for JP3 was? Do you remember how big that set was? You know, the lake, the Pteranodon,
The wall?
the cliff, the cliff.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember how
They
massive
did.
that set was?
They did some crazy stuff for that movie. I mean,
yeah, man.
they spent money on it.
That was
It's
a
just,
cool set.
that movie would have done so well if they would have just delayed it for a few months and actually
Yeah,
wrote,
they needed to
and
finish the
made
script.
it thrown away all of their scripts, including the movie that they filmed. And
Nah,
then
nothing wrong with it, boy. It's fine.
there's plenty wrong with that movie.
no.
Throw away the scripts. That movie could have been great because the general premise, the setting that they get to go to, it would have been fantastic under the right.
I'm with you there, man. I said to you guys, I watched it recently, and I have a newfound love for
Thank
it because
you, sir.
I just watched it, but I read a load of behind the scenes, and Joe Johnston said the reason he threw out the script, the one that was supposedly half mainland, half island, and much smarter, had extended scenes, was a full script. They had storyboarded that entire movie, which means that it wouldn't have been as bad as it turned out. But they said they just couldn't figure out the reason why Alan Grant would get to sauna. They said that was the thing that was really not piecing this movie together.
That is interesting.
Yeah, and then he said there was a few other things that just didn't fit with the script. But like Chris said, if they gave it a few more months, maybe they could have pushed that script and found that resolution.
I'll be honest with
We
you.
don't-
With Kathleen Kennedy saying yes, throw that script away, I don't think it's as good as he made it sound.
No,
I think that it was
I get
probably
that.
I think the premise might have been really cool, but I'm betting I am willing to bet that was a very, very sloppy script, and I'm also skeptical the entire script even existed because with script trading communities, nobody has that one that Joe Johnston has talked so much about.
Yeah, but back then leaks weren't as easy to get online.
People have they're in the script trading communities. They have Jurassic Park scripts that aren't online publicly. From the original Jurassic Park, they have scripts from Jurassic Park 3 that aren't online publicly.
Excuse me?
They don't have that.
Well, hang on.
Yeah, hang
so
on.
Where's this
Talk
JP3?
about this. Give me some of this.
Just tell us about JP3, man.
I mean,
Because we've been after these scripts for years.
but the script, you just got to get in those right communities. I'm not part of those communities.
Shit.
But, it just...
We've talked about this as well. We've said we would both try and dive in, and I haven't. I remember getting the Gravity script years before Gravity came out. That was fun, but I was like, where's JP3?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing, though. I don't think that the version that Joe Johnston talks about exists. I mean,
That's upsetting.
I think
That's
it did.
upsetting.
I think
I honestly, I mean, I'm skeptical that it was a full finalized script. I really am, just because there's no... I mean, I guess it probably did, but it's weird that it never, evidence of it never came out.
You know what, guys? We have to do an episode on like these conspiracies, like Jurassic Park 3, JP4, all that stuff. We have to do this, like all these hidden bits of information and stuff.
Well, if anyone's listening right now, you somehow have access to the Jurassic Park 3 script before the one they released after the movie was filmed, you've got to show us.
I'll
You've gotta
literally
send it
buy
to
it
us.
off you for $50.
We will pay money for this
And
script.
Someone's gonna write one
And
and send it to us now.
assuming it's one of the conditions not shared online. Because I would assume...
we don't have to share
I
online.
would
We could
assume
review
that
it.
that's one of... I mean, it might even be one of the conditions that we don't talk about it, unfortunately. But...
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, if you don't want us to talk about it, we'll never raise it again. But
Send it
to
anyways.
us.
I want to read it.
Yeah,
I know,
wanna
I would
read
kill
it,
to
man.
get... I would love just to have all the scripts. I mean...
God, there's
Jurassic
so
Park 3,
many
Jurassic
things we
World.
don't know. It's amazing.
But I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think the premise for those earlier Jurassic Park 3 scripts were probably okay. But I actually
they were
don't
better than what
believe
we
because
got. Look at what we turned
because
up
that one was half mainland and everything like that. It was also about extreme sports kids on an island. That doesn't make
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. They scrapped that kids one. They said the original idea in like 98, 99 was that there's two different planes. They go into like some vacation, and the kids are on one plane, adults are on the other. The kids' plane crashes,
Yeah.
but they survive on the island.
It would've
But
been like
then
Lord of the Flies.
they scrapped that, and then they had this big idea about half mainland, half. It was about the pteranodons getting off the island, and then they had to go back to the island to figure out what the fuck was going on, while another team of was led on the mainland, where Alan Grant would give his bit.
Huh.
That was what it was, and that sounds
We're
cool.
gonna get that in
We don't know
JP4.
much.
that actually
JP5.
does sound. That sounds like a Jurassic Park movie. That actually.
Yeah, exactly,
No, we're
and
definitely
that's what
getting
they
this.
threw
We're
out.
getting
That's
this.
the one they threw. That's the one they threw. Oh, getting it from I read when I was watching JP3 the other day. I read all the behind the scenes again, all the old interviews with Joe Johnston.
How was that,
through.
man? Was I good? Did you learn anything new?
I learned this. I learned more about what the original script was and why it was thrown away. Because, like Chris said, it obviously had problems, and it did. They couldn't piece it together.
I don't
And
even
then,
think it was
yeah.
they couldn't piece it together. I think it was probably a sloppy script. I think Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
couldn't
think she would be like,
touch
yeah,
it up,
throw it away
you know?
because we can't piece these few pieces together. I think that there were probably a lot of issues with the idea. I think the premise was there. I'm guessing this wasn't a well written script. I'm guessing that the dialogue, the set pieces, they just probably weren't there.
The characters themselves molded into the new story.
And the characters aren't that great in JP3. So if those characters
I
were
disagree
leading...
with that 100%.
Okay. Anyways, other than Asees has really fucking weird taste in movies sometimes.
No, what are you guys on about? I don't understand this.
Anyways,
No.
beyond that,
You're crazy.
Beyond that, I mean, I can't see. Could you see Paul Kirby leading an expedition?
Well, not as cast like that, but I mean, I think more so just the names and the.
Yeah, he would've been
ages
a different
of characters
character,
and what
100%.
followed through. It would have been, yeah.
Well-
it was a different script. It
Well,
would've been
I
a
know,
different
but
character.
names and ages. So what? Why do you have to keep those ideas? I mean, you can change the names if you're entirely
Well,
changing
it's
the
probably
characterization.
easier to, It was probably easy to. It was the same. It was a premise, two parents and a kid.
But why would
Very
two parents and a
important
kid be
premise.
searching pteranodons that got off the island?
No, I think it was because they leaked 2 script pages from this original draft.
Did
where,
they?
Yeah.
It was it was a kid. It was Eric, I think, and like a bodyguard.
Yeah, but he was called Miles.
Yeah.
And with the bodyguard,
Yeah,
yes,
I remember
exactly.
all of this, man.
And he was
Dan's
digging.
JP3
His
page.
dad, his dad was digging, or his dad is like a mercenary, and they're out to dig, or something. I don't know.
Well, then somebody has the
Miles.
script.
Miles
Who
had
leaked
like
it?
an idea with. It was leaked as an audition.
Yeah,
so-
like the concierge thing we got with JW.
yeah, exactly. It was that.
Okay.
That's I love.
and there was
I love
two-
this stuff.
two
It's so
pages.
sick. It's so cool.
Yeah, but this is one when you go back over JP3, you realize
We should really, like, these things that are public, that have already been online, we should really put them on our website.
Yeah, no, I
We
agree.
should, like,
Get 'em
rather
up.
than, like, making these things buried inside of the podcast, like, we should have a proper write-up on pages and have download links and
Man,
everything like that.
dedicated episodes for this stuff. I think people would really listen to this stuff.
Yeah, we would have to do our research beforehand, so we weren't just
I'll
gonna,
do the
like-
research. I love research.
Yeah.
That's all I do.
But that's what I did recently with JP3, and it made me reminisce, man. It made me nostalgic.
Nostalgia
Well,
is real, man.
I
It's
was
real.
really nostalgic
Yeah.
for that movie. I mean, I loved, like, the build-up for that movie. My imagination was running wild. And even afterwards, my imagination ran wild, like, about, like, whoa, what's it all going to be? Where we're going next with Jurassic Park 4, because in my mind, Jurassic Park 4 was coming in 2 or 3 years. And
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't like...
That's what I
And
remember.
I didn't like Jurassic Park 3. I was actually let down as a kid. I was let down. I was, like, 10, and I was let down, and just...
I liked it, then I hated it, and then I
Oh,
liked
can I be... Speaking of nostalgia for a second, you know how the weather is nice outside, kind of warm, sunny, and all that stuff?
Yeah.
I saw a picture of, like, one of the banners where, like, the Pteranodon is attacking the people on Main Street for Jurassic World, right?
Oh,
I
yeah,
got
yeah,
these
yeah.
Major nostalgia vibes for, like, the lead-up to Jurassic World. It was amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
You felt... I haven't had that.
I was like, this is amazing.
I got
The
it.
movie's
I got
not
it
great.
once or twice from a few things.
Yeah, it's nice. I love it.
I like that Main Street attack sequence. Doesn't utilize its opportunity well, but it's a cool concept, like pure pandemonium. I just wish they would have actually done some cool things with it. Zara's death. I mean, I don't think we should talk
about
in terms of
that.
story making. It
No, we
frustrates me,
shouldn't.
but I think it's one of the coolest death sequences. I mean, storytelling issues aside, such a cool sequence. And the fact that she did all those scenes herself is awesome.
Yeah, she's a badass. Much respect.
Like, when you watch that in the Blu-ray, you're like, holy shit, they did what? Like...
I really... I don't know. I want a new... I'm very excited for Jurassic World 2, but also very scared.
Yeah, me too.
I just hope that Jurassic World 2 feels a little bit more like Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
And there's no reason why it can't actually feel like Jurassic Park. 'Cause Jurassic World, a lot of its feel was, taken from the fact that it was supposed to be a new open park, an open park in, like, the setting. So if Jurassic World 2 goes back to, like, a sense of adventure and isolation, it could very well feel more like a Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, I like that. Isolation. I didn't even think about that in terms of Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's one of the key properties of Jurassic Park, in my opinion, is a sense of isolation.
That's what was missing then.
Well, I think they still kind of had isolation in that movie because they were all trapped on the island. The dinosaurs are trapped on the island, so it still had that sense of
But there's
isolation.
like too many people, I guess. It just didn't feel personal or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think it was too many people that made it didn't feel made it feel less personal. It just, I think it was in.
Well, it felt like any old theme park in America.
Yeah,
That's
it
what they
didn't.
were going for, but that made it not isolated like the first park. Was like, you really got to feel like it was just some structures in the middle of a jungle, on an island in the middle of nowhere. Whereas Jurassic World is just
You didn't
it
feel
just feels
isolated.
like Disney World. Exactly.
That's interesting. I like that.
But honestly, I mean, that is something that I've continuously wanted to see. That's one of the key elements of a Jurassic movie in my mind is a sense of isolation, at least in terms of where they are in the world and the. I just don't think that it should be like right next to major cities with like an
We're going to
ECL.
lose this moving forward. They're not going back to the islands, right? So we're not going to get isolation anymore.
You can get isolation off of islands easily.
Really? But
If they do it in a desert, which is actually one thing when we were driving through Arizona, I put up a few pictures and Sean was like, "Oh man, Jurassic World 2 seemed like and I was like, "Hang on, you really get that sense that you are the only person."
really,
out
would
there.
it work?
Imagine
that?
if
Like a facility or
yeah,
something?
but imagine if you saw like a something running towards you in
Yeah.
the sunny horizon. And
That's why.
cool.
That's
Oh,
why I
that's a
like the idea of honestly, rather than
Africa.
the desert, but like the savannah of Africa.
yeah,
I
You know
really
what?
like
That's
this
it.
because
Yeah, I want
that's isolation in
Yeah.
terms of it is so wild out in certain locations on that continent. And I mean, depending on what country and region they go into, there's a lot of different opportunities. But that is isolation in its own sense, because it is wild, it is wilderness. People die out there just hiking, not being killed by animals or people or anything like that. They get lost and the weather takes care of them. That is a sense of isolation. So that's why I think it would work for a Jurassic Park movie, is it has that isolation.
Away from the normal world, which is what I think. When you put it that way, Jurassic World didn't, because it just felt like Universal Studios. It felt like Disney World, and that was the point. That's not a criticism.
And the success they got, they failed one of the aspects, which is fine.
I think that setting was a great setting. I don't think they used it well. It ultimately is what it comes down to. I like the idea of Jurassic World, the setting of an open park. I just don't think that they really. It gave them so many opportunities, really unique opportunities, and I feel like they didn't really use any of those unique opportunities. Not that the final movie's bad. I'm just saying they could have really used the setting to do some really cool things that we never seen and probably couldn't see again.
Right.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, here's hoping for Jurassic World 2. I think that's a good place to end it, on a Jurassic World 2.
Ah, shit, we forgot about Jurassic World the exhibition again.
Whatever, we'll cover it next time.
Yeah, I mean...
That's what we said every time.
Yeah, we'll cover it next time.
You know, by the next time we record, it's going to be open. It opens this month.
Oh, shit.
It opens on the 19th.
Maybe we should go over it pretty quickly then.
Give us a summary.
I don't have a summary nearby. Somebody else give us a summary. Asees, it's your time to shine, buddy.
Wake up, man.
Just quickly disconnect. She's like, fuck this.
I'll blame it on the internet.
Oh my god.
Asees, you ain't skimping out of this one, friend.
Well, maybe he is.
He really is. Okay, well, I'll just read what's on the website. Jurassic World: The Exhibition. Get closer to dinosaurs than ever before in Jurassic World: The Exhibition. Based on one of the biggest blockbusters in cinema history, The Exhibition immerses audiences of all ages in scenes inspired by the beloved film. They're talking about Jurassic World, obviously. Now the park that was only a promise comes to life right before your eyes. And I think some of the animatronics look way better than the dinosaurs in the film, as in the models of them.
The Pachyrhinosaurus specifically, it looks really Jurassic Park.
Looks like a real
funny.
animal.
Yeah, and the build-up has been funny with they in Sydney and in Australia and stuff. They've had like the T-Rex in tarp, but sort of hanging out the back of a truck, and people have been filming it and vining it, and like it's moving and stuff. And like when they're getting it off the plane.
Oh yeah, the Velociraptor on the plane though. Did you see that one? Yeah. It's just like things like that are cool. They've apparently.
It doesn't seem anyone else is hyping it other than Sydney, than like Australia.
Yeah, because I mean it's going to be in Australia until October or November or something like that, and then it starts the world tour. So I guess Universal.
Is it coming to Britain?
Yeah, it's going to the United States first.
Yeah.
It's going to the United States first, and then it's heading your way.
Oh great, skip Canada, no problem.
I guess it would go to Canada.
Too close to dinosaurs, anyways. No problem. It's okay.
Well, I'd like to see it, but yeah.
So,
I don't know if this was on. Yeah, no, it was. Never mind. Go on.
Well, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say about Royal Albert Hall and.
Yeah, we talked about that before. No,
I think we have, because I was saying about how I've got the.
You are so lucky, man.
Just to get
Jesus,
to...
I'm so jealous.
I did not think it would come to the UK first.
I'm so jealous.
I didn't think it would come to the UK.
I'm surprised it sold out so well. Also, like that. I wonder if.
Yeah, I think it sold out near enough the first.
I wonder
day.
if Universal was just like, damn, I wonder if Universal's going, wow, it's not just Jurassic World that's big, it's everything. Jurassic World, the exhibition, I think they said...
Because it's been so quiet for
I think
so
they said
long.
they pre-sold over 15,000 tickets for Jurassic World, the exhibition so far. And that was like 5 or 6 days ago that I read that.
That's
so
like
I
everyone
imagine...
in
I think the
Australia.
Royal Albert Hall...
Like,
I think there was something about the Royal Albert Hall said it was their biggest ever, first day.
That's fantastic.
That makes me very happy.
But I mean... You know, if Universal continue to be worried, then we're only going to get certain things like... So I'm just picturing Universal, like, sitting there freaking out over like, a Jurassic decision, or, like...
I don't know if it's even
Jurassic
Jurassic Park's fault, as much as, like, I don't know if Universal knows exactly how to plan these things. Like, as, like, a studio, if they have the departments properly set up. So, like, if they have, like, just the infrastructure to easily do these things... it might be a very complicated process for their studio just because of the way that they operate. Like, I don't think it's something that's isolated to Jurassic Park. I think it's just Jurassic Park is like the only franchise that's quite like this that Universal owns, and they're hoping to change that with the Monsters
Fast and
movies.
Furious,
They're hoping. No, but you don't have Fast and Furious the exhibition or Fast and Furious orchestrated live. I mean, like, or like the Fast and the Furious.
That's the franchise they have. That's
I know,
number one.
No, but Jurassic's bigger.
Really?
Yeah.
Hasn't Fast and Furious made more money now?
Jurassic's yeah. When you adjust for inflation for one thing, but yeah, Jurassic's always been considered Universal's biggest property, even over the Fast and the Furious movies.
Oh, that's interesting.
Do they know that?
Yeah, they do, because they've always even called it the
better
biggest
know that
property.
at this point.
In terms of merchandising and everything like that, it makes more money.
So then, where is the video game?
Well,
Forget the video game.
To be
Give me a
fair,
Netflix series.
to be fair, it wasn't Universal's fault that last video game got canceled.
Whose fault was it?
Perfect
Yeah,
World. They
whose
closed
fault?
the studio that was making it. The publisher, the publisher closed the studio. Unfortunately,
Jurassic,
it was just.
the franchise is very unlucky.
I mean, if
People
you
lose
follow
their
the video game industry, it's brutal. I mean, just Lionhead Studio just got shut
Yeah,
down.
Fable Legends is gone.
Well, to be fair, Fable Legends didn't look good, but Lionhead Studios,
I
I
dispute
mean, it makes me sad. I mean, especially all those people, they didn't know. The game was close to being released. They didn't even know up until that day.
Yeah.
And, the video game industry, it's brutal. So that's what happened there. Now, I do have a theory. It was Cryptic Studios Seattle that was working on the game. I did some, and I was going to talk to you guys about this, I did some searching. Cryptic Studios, I think San Francisco, still exists. Okay. And
Yeah, no, we've talked about this.
well, I was just looking at some of their LinkedIn's yesterday, and I noticed a lot of them say they're working on a secret project. And as of about...
Is there anything on their website or any news about them that they've put?
Nothing. But I've noticed that they have a lot of new job openings. They're looking for animators and graphic engineers, and it's a console and PC game. And it's a secret project. So I'm wondering if that Jurassic World game got handed over to them.
Like, they put money into it, right? They've definitely put some development.
Oh, I mean, if you
They
saw
have
those
the
assets and the animation...
Do we know there was videos and pictures and assets though?
What?
No, we don't, apparently.
Oh, yeah. So we know that the quality was really
No, yeah, the
top
game
notch,
looked great.
For the Jurassic World game. So yeah, no, I mean, I believe that maybe the idea and the concept behind the game has probably changed since then, because it was originally supposed to launch as a Steam preview game. Like, it was almost finished, basically. It was going to hit Steam preview when Jurassic World came out. And it was supposed to formally release, I believe, in the fall. It was supposed to, release back in, September or November or something like that. So the fact that they're still working on the game makes me think that they're changing it.
But is this confirmed? It just says big secret
I
project.
think Chris is speculating now, right?
I'm just purely speculating right now. I am purely speculating.
We could learn more technically at E3, right?
It makes... Yeah, E3 would be a
It's
decent
right around the
location.
corner.
It makes sense because they put a lot of money into that game. If they have a studio that can continue to work on it, and Universal says, what the hell, go for it. I think there was a dead period. I think there was a period where that game was canceled, but it looks like Perfect World San Francisco started hiring hardcore about 6 months ago, and there's still quite a few new job postings for their secret project. So I don't know. It would make sense.
We'll know more in a few months for sure.
And plus, Universal's in a partnership with Perfect World. Perfect World produces video games. They also produce... It's a Chinese-based company. They also distribute movies in China, and they're going to be one of the production studios on future Universal films.
Uh-huh.
It helps them get further Chinese distribution, as well as helps fund some of their films. So, I mean, with Universal being in bed with Perfect World, it just kind of... I don't know, I guess it makes sense.
And Chris is usually right, so hopefully this works out.
I'm not placing all my
seen the
eggs in
game.
this basket. I'm not entirely optimistic. It does kind of make sense. If it is going to be a game, though, don't expect Alien Isolation, Jurassic Park Edition, or anything like that.
No.
Expect something... I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if it ends up being a free-to-play game.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I really wouldn't be surprised.
Give us something real For God's sake.
What these guys are known for are like action MMOs.
This game was supposed to be an MMO, right?
Yeah, it was. It was an action.
How do you do
MMO.
that?
I don't know exactly. It would
Unless you
probably
play as
it actually
dinosaurs.
would probably be closer to something like Destiny, but with like a more MMO-ish hub world. I'm not saying
Yeah.
the quality would be as good as
I'll
Destiny,
pass.
like in terms of like shooting, and probably be more open.
Yeah, I'll pass on that. Thanks.
Bless you.
Just give us a real game. Thank you. All right, well, this is an interesting place to
Yeah,
end it.
Very much.
it's speculative and positive, but
This podcast has been very
Well,
positive.
we will hopefully speak next time within the next couple of weeks. I would assume.
we should try to shoot to make this a little bit more regular.
Yeah, well, now I'm back from February's outing.
Yeah.
So we're pretty good to go. And Asees only has, a couple hundred more minutes left.
You know what? Once Jurassic World the exhibition opens and we're able to get a full detailed rundown of what that is, what it looks like, videos, everything like that, because I mean it's going to have like the labs of Jurassic World, and apparently it's got like a ferry ride and a dinosaur fight.
So
Once
cool.
that opens and we can talk about it, so we know what it's about, we should have a podcast then.
Yeah.
And
So probably sometime around the end of this month.
Amen.
sounds good to me.
Sounds
Cool.
like fun. And
All right, guys.
between now and then, let's go see 10 Cloverfield Lane and see what the hell that movie is.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Can't
well,
wait.
We'll talk about it when we've
Yeah.
all seen it. Cool. All right. Well, I will catch you guys on the flip.
Flip side.
All
See
right.
you later.
Bye.